Harmony unleashed, Venus in Virgo. So grounded and meticulous with matters of the heart, on October 8th, 2023, Venus moves into the very earthy sign of Virgo. Venus symbolizes love, beauty, relationships, your finances. When Venus flows through the very pragmatic sign of Virgo, it's going to be a time to embrace all types of practicality and be meticulous with matters of the heart and your surroundings. Your affections, they can take on more of a grounded and practical tone at this time. You may find yourself seeking love that's not just romantic, but also realistic. This transit encourages you to analyze all relationships. It's going to be a time when you actively seek out ways to improve your relationships, whether they're business or personal, to be of service to others, to help others with acts of kindness that are practical, to be responsible with spending, to look to ways to prioritize your health with striving for some balance in your daily work and your personal home life. You may now find that you can approach matters of love, beauty, finances with more grounded practicality. Hi, I'm your astrologer, Patricia Tate, and this is your Venus in Virgo forecast for October 8th, 2023. So for Aries Sun and Aries Rising, Venus is in your sixth house. Your sixth house is your mental, physical, spiritual health, well-being. It's your service to others. It's the house where we find a mentor, or we find a guide, or we go to a doctor or a counselor. Venus rules over your second house of your personal finances, your resources, your cash, your property, and over your seventh house of partnerships. These are business partnerships, significant others, clients, one-on-one. It's also best friends, and it can be exes. Now, Venus is in a beautiful trine to the North Node of the direction in which you are supposed to be going in the sign of Aries, pushing you to, you have to make the right choices for you financially, material-wise, beauty-wise. You have to pick the right choices for what you want to do in this life. Now, it's in a sextile to your partnership sector. I love this in that it's being a cooperative with all the directions in which you're supposed to be going. So how are you making it a priority to set aside time for your mental, physical, spiritual health, well-being? Are you going to a doctor? Are you making time for a counselor? Are you getting support from either a business partner, a significant other? The seventh house themes that are being brought in are, I want to support you, you can support me, and we need to be practical in the ways that we support each other, because the second house themes are, it's about you and your self-worth, your cash, your property. Remember that Venus is not just about aesthetics and beauty. She's also about money and your resources. So who are you helping? Who's going to help you? The direction is going and looking for yourself first and saying, I need to make these decisions. I need to find a counselor, whether it be a spiritual counselor, somebody for my health, or a business counselor, somebody who can support you with what to do with my money, what to do with my resources, so that this is the most practical way that I can the most practical way that I can use my money and my resources in order to grow over time. All right, so Aries, I would love to hear about how this resonates with you in the comments below. Please check out the forecast for October and November if you'd like to look ahead, and join me live at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I either offer a live full moon or new moon readings, or I offer tarot consultations. All right, and to receive updates as soon as they're released, please subscribe. So for Taurus Sun and Taurus Rising, I absolutely love this because Venus is in your fifth house, the house that is of what brings joy to you. It's about playmates or being childlike or your own personal children. It's about art and music and creativity. It's the house where you actually want to go out and do things or find joy to you. So you're going to be finding practical things that you used to do or that you want to do that bring you joy. Now, Venus rules over you, your first house of self, how you look, how you feel, how you act, and Venus rules over your sixth house of I need to be practical with my mental, physical, spiritual health, well-being, and where I give service to others. Now there's this beautiful trine to the North Node. The North Node is the direction in which you're supposed to be going. A trine is easy, where you're supposed to be using your intuition, your dreams. You're supposed to be healing yourself on the inside, paying attention and making sure that you're giving yourself time out to figure out what it is that you want to do. There's also this sextile that goes to your South Node in your sixth house for your health and well-being, knowing that you need to be undertaking projects that you have the time for, that are going to be spiritually uplifting, and that can give you the time that you can either do them alone, or you can do them where you are of service to others, and it will make you feel good. It will be about filling the hole or the space that's inside your heart and your soul as you go into this month and this eclipse season of October. All right, so Taurus, I would love to hear about how this resonates with you in the comments below. And please check out October and November's astrology forecast and join me live 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I either offer new moon or full moon astrology readings, or I offer tarot consultations. And to receive updates as soon as they're released, please subscribe. So for Gemini Sun and Gemini Rising, Venus is currently in your fourth house of your home, your family, your roots, your foundation. It's your genealogy. It's anybody that is in your home sector of your life. This could be blood or star family. It's the people that you feel connected with as part of your family. Now, Venus here is saying, I need practical ways of showing my love or of working on my home. This could be remodeling in a way that I'm upcycling some things. Venus rules over your 12th house. The 12th house is your dreams, your intuition. It's where we go to be alone. And she also rules over your 5th house of joy, fun, being childlike, art, music, creativity. Knowing that these themes are going to ring stronger, that you are looking for time away. So creating a home environment that you have a place where you can get away, to create more activities or to work on things that bring you joy at home. This could be sewing. This could be crafting. This could be anything that you have like a Zen den at home, and that you're still able to release your inner child. The 5th house also means children, so this could be a sextile to things that happen with your children. Now, there is an opposition. The opposition is opposite in your chart, and that happens to be your 10th house, your career, your legacy, you in the outside world, where your life path. And this is opposing. Opposition means it's opposing, meaning you are working on things at home when you are being called to do things in the outside world, and you're wanting to cozy up and do some things that are practical, solid, stable, reliable at home, and feel more of a pull there instead of this opposition of being in the outside world doing things for your job. So take that into consideration during this transit, because Venus and Virgo can do both. It's just that there's going to be this push-pull at this time with you creating things, doing things that are very practical and solid and reliable and grounded with your finances and with love and beauty, with people that you surround yourself with, and your home. All right, so Gemini, I would love to hear about how this resonates with you in the comments below. And for more, please check out the October and November astrology forecast, and join me Tuesdays live at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I offer new moon and full moon astrology readings, and I also offer on the off Tuesday tarot consultations. And to receive updates as soon as they're released, please subscribe. So for Cancer Sun and Cancer Rising, Venus is currently going to be entering into your third house. The third house is the house of the way that you communicate, who you communicate with. This could be with home or with work, but it's all types of verbal and written communication. This can be taking a class or a workshop, something that's closer to home, but the way that you're going to communicate and who you communicate with is going to be very grounded and practical. Now, Venus rules over your Taurus house of your hopes, your wishes, your dreams, your social circles, your networks of who you communicate with, and it rules over your house of home, your family, your roots, your foundation, meaning that these topics are where you're going to be wanting to expand upon where you are grounded, where you are practical with where you spend money and who you support and who you help at this time. Now, there is this beautiful trine to the North Node and the direction in which you're supposed to be going. This is the top of your chart for your career. You're going to be effectively communicating, and it will benefit you for your job, your career, your life path, your legacy, how people see you. They will see you as somebody that they can go to get information from that's very grounded, very stable, very practical. It's also in a sextile to your South Node in Libra in your fourth house. And this is a supportive, how can I help you with the way that you communicate? Maybe this is you bouncing ideas off with people that are at home or with at work, but this is definitely you sharing your thoughts, your ideas, the way that you speak, the way your thoughts on money, resources, beauty, finances, all of these topics, and the way that you share those thoughts and ideas will be very grounded, efficient, and practical of who can I work with that'll help me to accomplish this goal? Who can I connect up with? Whether it be at home or at work, that is what your focus at this time is going to be. So for Cancer, I would love to hear about how this resonates with you in the comments below. And for more, please check out the October and November astrology forecast and join me Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I either offer new moon or full moon astrology readings or tarot consultations. And to get updates as soon as they're released, please subscribe. So for Leo Sun and Leo Rising, Venus is now going into your second house of your personal self-worth, cash, property, and your resources. It's your skill set. It's what you bring to the table, and you being very grounded and practical with your money and your resources at this time. Venus rules over your house of career, your job, you being able to say, this is what we need, and this is where we can get it for less expensive, or maybe we can use it for two different ways. It's being very resourceful with not only your cash, your resources, but things that you have at work. It also rules your communication with your third house, your communication with your neighbors, your family, your cousins, your siblings. This is like people that are close within your neighborhood, and it's also the way you talk, what you share. Now, Venus is in a beautiful trine to your North Node. The North Node is the direction that you are going, and Venus is saying, I want to support you by connecting you to different people, places, things, resources that are not local. And this could be by taking a class or taking a workshop or sharing it by teaching a class or teaching a workshop. There is this opposition. The opposition is in your 8th house of shared resources to Saturn. Saturn wants to build structures that will last. The 8th house is shared contracts that you have with other people. At this time, you need to make sure that you are still focused on yourself first, but not leaving out the other people that you share contracts with. The 8th house is alimony, debt, child support. It's contracts that you either have business or personal with significant others or business partners. And so there could be some kind of opposition here of somebody not wanting to support you with what you are wanting to do with your personal resources. So Leo, I would love to hear about how this resonates with you in the comments below. And please check out October and November's astrology forecast and join me live Tuesday evenings at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I either offer new moon or full moon astrology readings or I offer tarot consultations. And to get updates as soon as they're released, please subscribe. So for Virgo Sun and Virgo Rising, this is occurring in your first house of self, your identity, how you look. So this could be you looking at your wardrobe and saying, how can I update this? How can I refurbish this? What can I do with this? I need to be practical and grounded with how you look, your hairstyle, your makeup, how you present yourself. It has everything to do with you being very practical and grounded with your presentation. And so remember that the first house also represents like your business card, your website. It's how you present yourself to the world, that I can be of service to you. That's what Venus in Virgo in the first house can be. And so Venus rules your ninth house. The ninth house is your foreign people, places, things, and it's a connection to the other people through travel and destiny. It's cross-cultural. It's taking classes and workshops, and it also rules over your second house of your personal self-worth, cash, and property. So you are looking at how you present yourself, what you're bringing to the table with your wisdom, with your knowledge, with where you've taken classes, where you've traveled, the things and the information that you have. The ninth house is also spirituality, how you can make money off of this possibly, or what you can do for an investment of. Now, there is this beautiful trine to your North Node. The North Node is in your 8th house of shared resources, about I can use this with a partner. I can support you. I can help you. I am a practical choice. Join with me. And so the 8th house is not just business partners, but it's significant others. Like, doesn't it make sense that we both partner up with this? Doesn't it make sense that this is what we do? It also is in a sextile to your second house of your personal resources. So it's about a win-win situation here. There is an opposition. The opposition is Saturn in your 7th house of partnerships. This is your significant others, your business partners, your friends, your open enemies, your exes. This is what I want to do, and somebody else opposing you and not wanting to support you with what you're doing. An opposition is meaning that they oppose you. So this will be something that you're going to have to work out during this transit. So Virgo, I would love to hear about how this resonates with you in the comments below. For more, please check out the October and November astrology forecast and join me Tuesday nights live, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I offer new moon or full moon astrology consultations, and I offer tarot readings. And to get updates as soon as they're released, please subscribe. So for Libra Sun and Libra Rising, this is occurring with Venus going into Virgo, into your 12th house. Your 12th house is your hopes, your dreams, your intuition, it's the psychic realm, it's the hidden realm, it's the hidden support, it's where we go to be alone. And this is you saying, I need to take time out to tune into who I am, to take care of my mental health, my physical health, my spiritual health, my psychological health. This is you taking, the 12th house is where we do yoga or meditation, or where we go for to go into the hospital or for rehab. The 12th house is literally where you go to be alone from the rest of the world to figure some things out. Now, Venus rules over your 8th house of shared resources, and it's about using these shared resources in order to accomplish what you want to do. And it rules over your 1st house of this is who I am and this is what I need. A trine is supportive. So Venus is in trine to your North Node in your 7th house of partnership. This could be your best friend, your significant other. This could be your business partner. The 7th house is where you sign the contracts. And so it's about getting these people on board that this is what you need to support you. Now, the 12th house is also the house not just of dreams and intuition. It's about your tapping into the spiritual realm through the Akashic records, through understanding everything that has to do with deep psychology. There is a sextile to the first house of self, meaning this transit is supporting you with you saying, this is what I need to do for my mental, physical, spiritual health, well-being. I need this time out. This is a practical time. This is the most reasonable time. This is what I need to do. The opposition comes with Saturn in your sixth house. The sixth house is the house that balances between your work and your home. And this is there's this imbalance between you needing to take time out and what are you going to do to find this balance between your work and your home. And Saturn is the planet of restrictions and limitations, and you having to say, this makes the most sense. These are things that I have to do. We have to find a way to work this out for my own mental sanity. I have to be able to have time out for me. All right, so Libra, I would love to hear about how this resonates with you in the comments below. And for more, please check out the October and November astrology forecasts and join me Tuesdays live at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I either offer new moon or full moon astrology consultations or I offer tarot readings. And to receive updates as soon as they're released, please subscribe. So for Scorpio Sun and Scorpio Rising, Venus is now going into your 11th house. This is your connection with other people that will support you with what you want to do. This is the house of networking, and this is you being very practical and grounded with who you network with and why, what you bring to the table and what they can do to support you. Venus rules over your 7th house of your significant other, your partners, your business relationships. This also is your best friends and your significant others. It's your clients, your one-on-one relationships, and it also rules over your 12th house of your dreams and your intuition. It's the psychic realm, and it's the realm that is, I need to take time out for me. And so this is setting you up with a connection to your dreams or your intuition saying, this is where I'm supposed to be going. I need to tune in. This person is safe. This person is secure. This person will support me, because it's combining both your friends, your partners, and your intuition, your gut instinct with where you want to go. Now, the North Node is in a trine with the direction in which you're supposed to be going. And this is paying attention to your mental, physical, spiritual health, well-being. And it's also the house of where you get support from other people, as in mentors, doctors, counselors, and it's where you are of service to others. It's also in a sextile, meaning it's going to be supporting you tapping into these needs. Now, there is an opposition. The opposition is Saturn that's in your 5th house. The 5th house is the house of lovers. It's the house of children. It's the house of being childlike. And it's the house of play and music and creativity. And so at this time, there will be less time with play, more time with work and things that you want to do to manifest your dreams. There will be this restriction, like I have to work all the time, or I feel like I'm not able to do this, that this is what I have to be focusing on in order to accomplish what I want to do. And so there will have to be some kind of compromise between those two areas of your life. All right, so Scorpio, I would love to hear about how this resonates with you in the comments below. And to get more information about the forecast, please check out the October and November astrology forecast and join me live 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Tuesdays, where I offer new moon or full moon astrology readings, or on the off Tuesdays, I offer tarot consultations. And to get updates as soon as they're released, please subscribe. So for Sagittarius Sun and Sagittarius Rising, Virgo is now going into your top part of your chart, which is your career, your work, your legacy, how people see you. It's your life path. And this means that you're going to be very grounded and practical with who you work with and everything that has to do with your job, everything that has to do with you in the outside world. No wasteful anything. All of your connections, all of your work at this time is going to be very grounded and practical. Now, Venus rules over your 6th house of your balance between your work and your home. It's your mentors, counselors. It's your daily habits. It also rules over your 11th house of your personal hopes, wishes, dreams, your networking house, your goals. It's who you connect with and how you connect up with them in order to get to where you want to be in life. Now, Venus is in trine to the North Node, and the North Node is in your 5th house of either children, affairs, being childlike, creativity, art, music, where you have like adult playmates. And this is saying that if I organize my time, if I'm practical, I can schedule more playtime. I just need to be structured. I need to be organized. I need to make this happen in my life. The South Node is in a sextile to, and a support of you can do this with the networks that you surround yourself with. They don't have to be personal best friends. They can be work friends. They can be friends that you are with for the same cause. Meaning, I want to study astronomy, so I need to join an astronomy group. Or I want to learn sewing, so I'm going to network with these people. It's about using what you want to do and kind of like multitasking, because Virgo is very structured, wastes nothing, very meticulous, and is laser focused on what it wants to do. Now Saturn is this opposition in your house of home. And so there's this is what I have to do in the outside world for work, my career, my legacy. I am being pulled outside of my home. And Saturn is saying there has to be some kind of balance here. And so that is going to be up to you to figure out how do you balance your home and your work at this time during this transit. So Sagittarius, I would love to hear about how this resonates with you in the comments below. Please check out the forecast for October and November for more information, and join me live 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I offer full moon or new moon astrology consultations or tarot consultations on the off Tuesdays. And to get updates as soon as they're released, please subscribe. So for Capricorn Sun and Capricorn Rising, Venus is now going into your 9th house. The 9th house of I want to travel, I want to study, I want to connect up with these people, I want to dive into spirituality. It's the house of learning and teaching and publishing. So it's cross-cultural. Venus in this house is saying, I want to do this. How can I make this happen on a limited budget? Or how can I work this out? Now, Venus rules over your 5th house of fun and joy and children and creativity and affairs and adult playmates. It's the house of this is what I want to do for fun in my life. And it rules over your 10th house of career. So this is your public life, your life path. And so now we're taking into consideration all the things that you want to do and needing to find a balance of how can I bring more joy into my life? How can I use this for my career? How can I be meticulous with my money and the things that I do? Maybe you do a work play vacation. The North Node is in a trine, and so the North Node is the direction in which you want to go. This is about your home and your family, that the home and the family can be supported by what is going to be going on during this transit. The South Node is in a sextile, meaning it's very supportive of it will help you with your career. It will help you with your job, with your legacy, with your career path, with bosses. This is the house of how you're seen in the outside world. The difficulty is going to be that Saturn opposes. Saturn is in your 3rd house of the way that you communicate. It's the words that you use, and it's how you, it's with neighbors, it's with siblings, it's how do you say what you're going to say with classes, workshops, things that are going on closer to your home. And so this is where the difficulty is going to come with how do I manage this when this is opposed to me. All right, so Capricorn, I would love to hear about how this resonates with you in the comments below. Please check out the astrology forecast for October and November, and join me live at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I offer full moon or new moon astrology consultations and tarot on the off Tuesdays. And to receive updates as soon as they're released, please subscribe. So for Aquarius Sun and Aquarius Rising, Venus is now moving into your 8th house of your shared resources. These are your connections that you have with other people that are shared contracts. It's alimony, it's child support, it's about business debt, it's about debt that you have or share with other people, it's wills. And so at this time, you're going to be very practical with your finances. You're going to be looking at some things and saying, we should spend the money here, we should pay off this debt. We should be doing this. Venus in this house is connecting you with other people. Now, Venus rules over your 4th house of home, family, roots, foundation, your parents. It's people that are connected within your home, and this is also in connection to your 9th house. The 9th house represents foreign people, places, things. It's about travel. It's your connection to diving into spirituality. It's the house of getting things published. And so you saying, I want to be practical about this. I want to take this class. I want to take this workshop. Do you want to join with me? We have the resources for this. We can pay off this debt. We can go here. We can do this. Now, Venus is in trine with the North Node, the direction in which you want to go. And this is the way that you are communicating with neighbors, siblings, people who are at work. It's in your social circle, your social network, and it's in sextile to your 9th house of publishing or taking travel. And so all of these things combined are pushing you in a direction of your shared resources. You're going to be very practical with, and you're going to say, this is what we have to do. This is where we should be going. Alimony, child support, cash, property, anything that you share with other people. This is the house of contracts. It's also the house of deep bonding. It's the house of intimate partnership that you share with other people. And so something that has to do with where you want to go or connecting with foreign people or the way that you're communicating. And this also has to do with home. What opposes you? Your personal resources, your personal cash and property. Where are you giving too much? It's about your self-worth, and you feel upset, you feel bad. Saturn in your 2nd house is restricting what you can bring or what you can offer at this time. And so you are going to be finding a way to work around the restrictions. All right, so Aquarius, I would love to hear about how this resonates with you in the comments below. And to get more information on forecasts, please check out October and November's astrology forecast. Join me live 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I offer full moon or new moon live astrology consultations or tarot consultations on the off Tuesdays. And please subscribe to get updates as soon as they are released. So for Pisces Sun and Pisces Rising, this is occurring in your 7th house of partnerships, business partnerships, significant others, best friends. This is you actively looking with, who can I connect up with to share my resources with, to have a contract with, or to have a relationship that will benefit both of you. It's about being practical, not just with love, but with I like you a lot, and we both share this love of astrology, and let's go take this class together, or let's go do this together. Venus rules over your 8th house of shared resources, about your money that's tied up with other people. It's the house of debt, it's the house of wills, and it's alimony, child support, cash, property, and the house of deep bonding, your connection with others. And it rules over your 3rd house of communication, meaning your neighbors, your siblings, and your communication that you work with, that you when you talk with other people at work or at home. It's literally like being on the phone with people or traveling with people that are close to you. So these topics are all being smashed together with you being very practical, grounded, and organized with matters of love, beauty, and your specific finances. Now, Venus is in a trine to the North Node, the direction in which you are going. you are focused on how can I use these resources to improve my cash, my property, which will make me feel more stable and secure about myself. In a sextile to 8th house topics of I feel comfortable and secure with you, that if we share our resources with some kind of a contract or some kind of a bond. What opposes? Saturn in your first house. Saturn in your first house is I don't want to lose myself in somebody. I don't want to be so connected up with somebody that I am no longer a me, that I literally lose who I am. I don't want to have to sign over my life in order to do this. Now, this might mean that you don't want to make a specific commitment, or that you're going to have to use caution when it comes to commitments, because Saturn is the planet that offers boundaries or structure in order for things to be built on to last over a longer period of time. And this is you paying attention to your own identity, that's your main focus, and forming healthy boundaries in order for you to be safe, secure, and stable in not just your finances, but with who you are at the core. So for Pisces, I would love to hear about how this resonates with you in the comments below. Please check out the forecast for October and November, and join me live 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I offer full moon or new moon astrology readings or tarot consultations on the off Tuesdays. And to receive updates as soon as they're released, please subscribe.